Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Metaphor. Today I'm sporting a new do because technically I'm a new person. Well, not really. I'm whole again? I actually didn't even pay attention. I fit around, but this village versus place is just so relaxing. I agree.
Oh, it's you!
It's you!
And yet...
I mean, yeah. This is the most fairies I've seen in the game, and I went searching for them earlier in frickin' what's the place, Marta. Though these are more stereotypical, like flighty fairies.
Wow.
Like don't really care. At least they're not the ones that play tricks on people. I mean, maybe they do. Like maybe they do play tricks on people, but yeah, they're definitely not like. I don't know, I guess there's just a lot of different types of fairies in like RPG lore. Like generally speaking, fae like creatures are like not good, but like in, you know, Disney or a lot of RPGs, they tend to be just cute little fucking critters, right? Playful maybe, but not assholes for the most part. Is there anything oh, am I the only one in the party? No. Okay, sorry. I was looking at the... Yeah, that's right. We don't actually see that. I don't know why I thought we did. Is there anything I really want to do? I don't have anything else to do. Yeah, let's save Magla and everything. I'm assuming we're having a boss fight. We should be fine. Russell, is everyone safe?
Oh, we are. We had no casualties, however. We were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. How that's against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices.
I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate.
I think he was following us the entire time, actually.
I don't know why he would run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully.
Probably he was like, oh shit. He did like a fusion dance. I'm trying to think of how I feel about the revelation. Because like at the beginning of the series, I was like, oh, I thought I was going to be the prince. Because generally speaking, that's how it is. But there was another prince who was comatose. And I guess we never really did talk about our past, right? We never talked about our parents. We never talked about really anything. All we knew was me and Gallica were kind of partners in this mission. And the prince gave me a book. And to be fair, there could have been other things. I will admit the whole prince subplot thing, I didn't really care about it. I didn't hate it, but also at the same time, I kind of kept forgetting we were doing what we were doing to save the prince, right? If that makes sense, even though it's kind of a big part of the story, my brain was like, oh, we're going to get the throne. We're aiming at the throne. We're going to fucking stab Louise for what he did to Garrus. Grius, not Garrus. Grius. I can't even fucking pronounce his name and I want vengeance for him. But I kept kind of forgetting we were trying to lift the curse. So, yeah, I don't know. Even they bring it up a lot too, and every time I'm like, oh right, that's what we're doing. We see the prince all the time during a day transition, and every time we talk about the curse being lifted, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. I don't know. It's fine, honestly. It's kind of neat. So it's, what is it? It's like we were the soul extracted from the prince, put into a form that was made by Magla from his fantasy from reading the book, right? And then this embodied voice, who I'm assuming is Mother Dearest, pretty much messed with mine and Gallica's mind to be like, we're trying to save the prince. And then, Prince died again, or well, he's permanently died, though not really because technically I was still alive and then we fused. But his body, I'm assuming, was dead. That's why we still have our body, right? So what was left of the prince's essence, which I'm assuming is his mind and memories, maybe, are now mine, because they are mine. Yeah, I don't hate it. So it's an interesting twist, right? When it comes to like something like that, because those tropes have been done before, not to this extent. I can't think of one where it's like, yeah, you're the soul, but your body's made up of magic from a fantasy character or imaginary character that the main character or the person you're supposed to be made up, right? We've had like fragmented or parts of characters in other stories, and I'm sure there is something out there before. Clones, I know, is a big one as well. Anyways, let's get on. I'm assuming we're fighting Zorba.
You? Zorba. So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours.
Oh, you have time for a
So I
story?
decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something strange.
Nice rolling of the R's there.
Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country
Does
is
that
doomed.
look like a man who
If that is
cares?
what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
Hey, look at
It's
him.
impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
I mean,
He is no imposter,
maybe imposter, but
His
I'm not
Highness has
actually.
finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse.
I mean, he's not
So I
wrong.
shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Isn't this the...
Keep your guard.
No, he's
up.
different.
No
We
Honda
fought
steals
this
his magic
dude, right?
power.
We've come too far.
Or at least the
to be
form of this
stopped
is
by
like a
something
palette
him.
swap?
Let's put our
Was
power
this
on
the
full
first
display.
boss? I think this was the first boss. The power of the newly earned Archetype Prince surges forth!
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like bait by now.
I know, right?
Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Never! Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It can do all synthesis skills? What? It has unique traits not found in other archetypes. None of its skills can be transferred.
All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Okay, so like... That's cool looking. What was that bloodline twin Nimpo? Remove status or spell strength with effects on the target. Removes repel? Like even if it's just an affinity they have? That's kind of cool. Oh, we got to steal. Almost forgot about that. Ripe apple.
Everyone is
What we at? Let's hit him with
pray you're ready.
fire first, because he's a plant monster, right?
It is your turn.
Right.
I'm ready.
Wanton
whenever.
destruction. Okay.
Let's split some bets.
Wanton destruction. Destroys extreme. Strike damage to one enemy. Inflicts a one-time weakness to strike. So it only does...
Never mind.
Interesting. I should do war cry. Actually, start with war cry. Wing beat!
Now finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Vitus power.
So we got heroic slash, boost the damage against heroic human type enemies. All right, go for it. That was pretty good. Do the hit evasion thing.
Summoner, not this tactic.
Do we have? We only have 4 of these, but sure, go for it. Frenzy Man!
My bad.
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? What just happened?
Captain?
Why were there so many damage? What the? Oh, I can go after other parts. All right. How about this bad Larry then? Oh, it only does 1? Okay. I mean, sure, go after this guy, I guess.
Look here.
How's this?
That's cool.
Still up?
God damn, that definitely looks like something that
Now accept your fate.
probably should have hit all targets. Well, he's dead. Like, ah, fuck! Oh, Juna, god damn it!
Check me out.
I'm sorry, Juna.
Tremble before me.
Yeah, at least she leveled up.
Feels like I'm making progress.
I really should have just fucking took his May out after I stole the
Bastard
apple.
got away.
Shit.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
You know how many times we've done that?
Hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible.
I am invincible.
At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna rule whether they want it or not, and I'm definitely gonna kill Louise. So, years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing can accomplish that, but if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
I'm gonna stab him.
Of course. I'm prepared.
Yes, that determination is how we'll stop him.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us.
He can
but
fucking
any innocent
try.
Folks he doesn't find useful.
So, if he does become king, he gets like the king magic, right? Or something like that. We lost too many lives along this journey, and if Louise has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. Del Grias. Is there anyone else important that we lost? Oh, Rella, yeah, I guess so. Well, she fought us. She summoned a dragon against us. And also, really, Chronos, important that we lost. There's a bunch of nameless people that died. That's true, but they're nameless. We have to stop them.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Now, I hope you'll sing a victory song.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate.
Sure.
Your mother, she loved your father, and you.
Oh, she's a bad judge of character.
The injustice that befell this village is not your fault.
Oh, I know.
Listen well.
You don't have to reassure me of that.
Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself.
Like I have been doing?
Fate is in your hands.
And also, there's really nothing here that I would want.
Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failure.
You don't even have a good shop. Thanks for everything, I guess.
Thank you. And for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead.
Is it final battle this time?
Lose. Yet before all else, His Highness
Because
has only
last
just
time was
arrived.
final battle too.
Let us rest in the gauntlet runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time.
Soulmates, baby!
But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real.
Yeah.
Oh, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Stay beside me forever. Stay beside me forever, Gallica!
Stay beside me forever.
Well, when you put it like that,
You are blushing!
you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
Having overcome her trials, I can sense a newfound conviction from Gallica. Oh, am I finishing her thing?
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She
Who I
still
fucked with her
keeps the
memory.
virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Rank 8.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Yeah. Ooh, we may gain an extra turn icon. Okay. Elemental Master Warlock. Cool beans. Those probably cost a lot. Something Juna and Yufa are probably going to want to... Well, I forget their passive, so maybe not. We'll see.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Okay. This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you.
Maybe they wanted me to fantasize about a different me and give form to
you'll
it.
have to find out for yourself.
Then send that guy on a journey while I lay comatose, dying. Perhaps Utopia to take in the book wasn't a mere fantasy, but the ideas of an old world passed down.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
All right. Ah, yes, the ideal world where we conquer and plant flags.
It's about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to... A utopia is not the creation of a single
What?
mind or a
I'm
single
sorry.
power. It is a world shaped by all its people.
What happened?
Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow.
Sorry, it sounded like it got cut off there.
The last part sounds a little more metaphorical.
Oh, name drop!
There's a little more.
Oh, it's just the
However,
auto going too fast, I think.
Even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia can never be achieved. This so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell to ruins and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions.
Yeah,
and struggles
there's
to
literally
face
no
yourself.
such thing as a utopia. No, I get the idea about it, but it is, again, it's gonna sound kind of fucked up when I say it, but it's true, unfortunately. At least it's true by today's standards. And it's not exactly how I feel either, but as long as people have pretty much free will to believe whatever and make their own decisions, there are always going to be those who strive to put down people and rise their own means at any sacrifice. And that becomes a mass ideal too. And not, again, I don't think people should lose free will. I think the opposite. If you see me play other games that have that trope, you would know my opinion on that. But at the same time, I also know that out of, say, like 1 million people, there's going to be like 1,000 of those people that are just going to be scumbags who are going to try to ruin it for everyone else, or worse, right? So it sucks. But at the end of the day, that's kind of humanity, which is not great. But at the same time, we're also able to be generally good people. Sometimes it's harder for other people to do that, but hopefully one day the majority can just, I don't know, not be dicks to people for the fun of it, I guess.
Lady Kuade mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, but little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken.
Yeah, I feel like
he didn't lift a finger to stop
if
the
that
church's rise to
happened,
power.
he should have
With
just
that in
crushed
mind,
the church, even
I
if it
can
cost
honestly see
him
why people would
everything.
be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision would ever become reality. And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
And hey, if shit hits the fan, we could always have a purge. Chronos, what? Academia, it seems like I've been summoned by more in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny.
Do you have a TV in here? Like, how'd you see what happened?
There is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend.
Oh.
I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
Hot wings.
Foremost fate. Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you, or something like that.
Indeed, it is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, You were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
Yeah.
Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people.
Well, let's not go too far there.
Taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
Mother?
I remember. I know that I know this voice.
Okay.
Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken.
Are you my alarm clock now?
Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws near.
Oh, hey. Neat. Don't roll over. You don't want to crush her. It's pooping day.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
Yeah, I gotta take a pre-show poop.
Royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Yes, I need to use the bathroom. Stand strong to the very end.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the
Your
new
eyes are
stuff
pretty
you've felt
fiery.
and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
No, it's good to be the king. Protect my country and people, I guess. Some coin would be nice.
I want to protect this country.
That seems like the good person thing to
It's the
say.
answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
I need to use the bathroom, though? What do you want me to do?
This place here.
Let's
Here?
move.
Let's go.
You see?
I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm welcome. Still, should we choose to fight, then Luis's victim only not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher. Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious about putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way from the bottom. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Back at the bottom.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. There are
I have gained new powers.
Already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward.
Did everyone else gain new powers too? I kind of assumed they would at some point.
Grand Trad.
With the whole heroic embodiment thing at the end of their ranks.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's
What happened to the guy in the armor over there?
until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in
Passing
for a word
wastrel.
since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive. Well then, let us depart.
Okay.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse.
8.
It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy.
Someone's jealous. Also, your chin keeps going into your
arriving above
neck.
the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
I'm not gonna be able to poop, am I?
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reeve.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Yeah.
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters.
I got a few.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
Well, yeah.
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another?
Yeah.
Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh?
No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Remember their names.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us.
Not gonna save them.
All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken
Who made a giant face in stone that floating over the country and chained everyone.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
What'd you say?
How learn of this?
How?
Speak into the mic. I want to hear it.
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctuary,
Wasn't this my idea earlier to take someone's horns and glue it on my head?
And yet,
You stole my idea!
what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Me! That's where you keep the sector?
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Now fucking come in there with Juna singing. Bring attention to ourselves. Not like anyone can stop us here.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Yeah, that's a little ominous.
Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected.
How is this more aggressive than you expected?
Introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns. Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter, just like Count Luis said. You'll not fool us again.
Drag her away!
Calm down. At least listen.
And you. Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him. Scum.
Oh, you can kill him,
Traitors deserve
Vasilia, that's
a tight
fine.
rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake
The water merchant, you too?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Thanks, Juna, that means a lot.
Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
No, he didn't.
How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
Did it for himself.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned
is it the
with
scepter?
their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
No, it's my royal capital.
Monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
Well, that Spoony Bard's gonna die if he tries anything.
They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
There's like 1 experience point to each, probably.
over here.
Hi.
Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run.
How'd you get on my ship? Nearest, did you let him in?
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious.
I don't know how this place was invaded by fucking undead people not that long ago.
With monsters in disguise
And a
questions
human.
on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then.
I thought I was making that shit up.
It's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. to my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had.
Yeah, no, that's never good.
Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Is there any invisibility spells in this game? We should probably cast them ourselves. Here's us heading back to the Gauntlet. It seems like the city has calmed down, at least a tiny bit. They had a hard time reckoning our Gauntlet, but we still couldn't chance it. We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee Inn. Everyone else has gone ahead. Wrong button.
Alright then.
Oh, I can't teleport? Oh, that's rude. I'm assuming I can't actually go shopping then.
What now?
You said we all unlock powers, you fucking liar. Alright, cool. That is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.